In this video, I'll be showing you how I created this mixed media card. I used heat embossing and also a washi sheet, and then I also used some mixed media wax for the edges, as well as inks with a little bit of shine in them. Even if your style is not really mixed media, in this video I'll have some tips and tricks that you can take with you no matter your style. Hi, this is Anna from Crafty Anna's Studio. Welcome to my YouTube channel where I post paper crafting and card making tutorials. Now let's get into the project. I have here a piece of green cardstock, and I'm going to be using the August 2024 Cling Stamp of the Month from Hero Arts. This one is called Orchid. Now this is a technique I use when I stamp using a cling stamp for a background. I ink it up generously with Versamark ink, which is a sticky ink. I make sure I really ink it up well because I only get one chance to stamp. I then take the cardstock panel and lay it gently on top, and with the tips of my fingers I will press it all over the back of the panel. Make sure I catch the edges as well. Then I lift it up gently, making sure I don't smear it. And then I take the embossing powder. I'm using brass embossing powder from Hero Arts, and I'm going to sprinkle it generously on top. Then I will tap it a couple of times at the back to remove the excess powder. Then I take my heat tool and start heating it up from the back. I do this because I don't want to get the embossing powder flying all over the place, and two, it'll also give me a chance to heat up my heat tool so that the embossing goes faster. The Hero Arts August 2024 Card Kit of the Month came with these washi sheets. Now sometimes it's a challenge to remove the backing paper from these washi sheets, but I found a trick to this. I take the corners and I pinch it with my nails. I give it a few pinches until the two separate from each other, and then I can easily peel it off. Then I take a piece of cardstock. I make sure it's a little bit bigger than the washi sheet, and then I peel off just maybe 1/4 of it. I lay down one edge and match it to the edge of the cardstock. And then gently, using my one hand, I peel off the release paper. I then cut it down to a little less than 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I'm going to keep this release paper, and I'll show you what I do with it later. Then I'm going to take a tag die, and this one is from the Infinity Tag Die set from Hero Arts, and I'm going to die cut it out of this panel. And I'm going to die cut it off camera. And this tag I'm going to set aside for a future project. Off camera, I've also die cut some elements I'm going to use as the focal point of my card. I die cut these leaves that came from the same kit, and I'm going to use the French pink Reactive Glitz ink to add more color to this palm leaf that I cut out of yellow or mustard yellow cardstock. I'm just going to swipe it gently on top, concentrating more on the edges. And I'm going to do the same thing for this strip of 1/4 cardstock cut from the same color. And I'm also going to swipe that gently across. And then I'm taking the Byzabtine green Glitz ink, and I'm swiping that too on the green leaf. This reactive ink is really my new obsession. I just want to swipe it on everything because it has this little bit of shine to it, which is so cool in real life. Speaking of shine, this one didn't come out as shiny as I wanted it to. Not like this one where you can really see the gold come through. I'm going to do a little bit of heat embossing just to add more shine. This is of course optional. I'm going to take some Versamark ink, and just using the edges, I'm going to swipe the tips of the leaves very gently. And I'm going to do the same for these little strips of cardstock, which I had cut down to about an inch and 1/4. But I'm going to add little flag edges to them first, before I pounce it the edges gently onto the Versamark ink pad. These are of course optional as I mentioned before, but I really like to add these extra touches to make the card stand out a little. I heat embossed them off camera and this is what it looks like. And I also heat embossed the sentiment, Have a Wild Birthday, off camera onto green cardstock. And I cut out an orange shadow to add behind it. The kit came with a container of olive hero wax. And I'm going to show you a technique that I used on this card. I'm keeping a damp microfiber cloth handy just because this could get a little messy. I removed the cover of the hero wax and you can see that it has this foil cover. I think this is put there so that it doesn't dry out. I'm actually not going to remove it. I'm going to just open a small part of it. And I'm going to take the hero wax onto my finger. And this is the best technique I found to use this hero wax. Because it has this, it's not even a waxy feeling. It's more like it's very smooth and it's almost like a texture of icing. But anyways, what I do is I take it in my tip of my finger and I just swipe it gently on the edges. Given the look of my card or the style, I thought that this would really match well and it would give the edges like a finished look. Then I'm going to do the same for the inner edges of the tag cutout. You can see here that I'm just not really making sure everything is even. The more uneven, the better. It's just to give that mixed media feel to the card. I'm going to do the same thing for this panel as well. And I'm going to finish the rest of the edges off camera. This wax is fairly easy to clean. I just get a damp cloth and I'm just going to wipe it off from the tips of my fingers. You can also wash it off, but if you're nowhere near your sink, this is the easiest way to do it. Now that it's all dry, I'm going to put the card together. I have all that I need here. I have the background and then I have the cutout. First, I'm going to add acetate to the back of this cutout. I'm going to add glue generously and then I'm going to add the acetate on top. And then I have a little bit of excess at the bottom, so I'm going to cut that with scissors. Next, I'm going to add foam tape. Don't you sometimes find that when you use double-sided foam tape, it's super sticky and then it gets your scissors very sticky as well? Well, I have a trick for you. I use this release paper and I put the tape across so that when I use my scissors to cut it out, the release tape at the back stops my scissors from getting all sticky. You will see here, and I could also cut out the size that I need. So here I need a narrow size. I'm just going to cut a narrower piece and look how easy my scissors can just cut through it without it sticking to the double-sided foam tape. So all I have to really do is cut it to size with my scissors and then remove the release paper at the back and adhere it onto the card. Just like that, super easy and mess-free. So after filling up the back side with double-sided foam tape, I removed all the release paper and I'm going to now stick it down to the middle of this embossed panel. You can actually turn this into a shaker card if you want. And then after that, I will get all the other elements that I had set aside. I'll add glue to the back of the palm leaf, just concentrating it mostly in the middle. And then I will put it down on the lower right side of the cutout of the tag. Then I will take the Monstera leaf, the green one, add glue at the back, and adhere it right next to the palm leaf. Next, I will remove the release paper from the back of the sentiment and adhere that right below the leaves. In one of my last videos, I had asked some of you what other projects you wanted to see from my YouTube channel, and a couple had said that they wanted to see me do some journals or albums. So I have that project lined up for the end of the month. If you're interested in seeing it, I'm hoping that you're subscribed to my channel so that you don't miss it. If you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications so you don't miss my video. Now back to the project. I added the two little banners at the top to make it look like a tag, and I added a little circle cutout as well. And there you have it. This is my finished card. I hope you found it inspiring, and if you did, I would appreciate it if you click the like button. If you're interested in any of the products I used in my video, it's linked in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time, bye!